Did you know Bangalore in Karnataka has the highest number of colleges in the country? Did you know that Karnataka has the highest number of international students in the country? Did you also know that the rate of teen suicides have tripled in the last 20 years? Let these statistics move our heart and mind to prayer for the youth of this country.
As Abraham interceded in Genesis 18, let us intercede for our towns, cities, state, and nation. As he did, let us draw near to God, commune with him, be reverent but bold in our request, be persistent in our prayers, and be burdened with concern. As Hebrew 4:16 reminds us, let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need.
Many times we make the mistake of not praying, assuming that God already knows all our needs. James chapter 2 verse 4 and 3 reminds us you do not have because you do not ask God. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with wrong motives that you may spend what you get on your pleasure. God eagerly awaits for us to ask with the right intentions and motives. He also refines our desires and makes it more alignment with His plans, which is always the best for us.
Jesus was persistent in prayer. He practiced persistency in his prayer life. He spent whole nights in prayer. Prayer doesn't seem so attractive when you do it alone in private or when you don't see quick results. But as Jesus reminds us in Matthew 6:6, He desires us to prioritize our personal prayers. As Matthew 6:6 says, when you go to pray, go to your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. The secret of prayer is therefore to pray in secret.
It is meant by praying persistent. It is more than repeating the same words. It is more than remembering the same topic to pray now and then. Praying persistent is to keep our eyes on the Lord with confidence, declaring it that our complete dependency is on Him. As we see in Psalms 107, people cried out to the Lord in their desperation when they were in distress, and Lord answered them. We are convinced that no one cares for us as He does for us, and no one is as powerful as He is. So we go before Him because we have nowhere else to go.
So our prayer life demonstrated on two aspects. One is we are dependent on Him. Another one is He is dependable. So Jesus Christ why dependable means ಆತನಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬಬಹುದಾದಂಥ ಗುಣಗಳಿವೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಆತನ ವಾಕ್ಯ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಬೇಡಿರಿ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ದೂರ ಇರುವುದು ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ. Thank you so much.
Jesus declared, "We are the salt and light of this world." May we remember this truth each day and moment. Take time to pray and ask the Lord to make you salt and light in the place where He has kept you. May we be the salt and light, representing all that is good, righteous, and hopeful in this troubled world as His disciples.
As we come together to pray on November 1st, let us not forget to adore Him for who He is. Thank Him for what He has done, even as we place before Him all our needs and requests. May we also not forget to come before Him with confession, as the psalm reminds us that if we cherish sin in our hearts, the Lord will not hear our prayers. The scripture also reminds us that the man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at our hearts.
Before we enter the prayer, I would like to give three definitions for the prayer. The first one is prayer is a weapon to fight against the enemy. To win the battle, it requires a lot of preparation, practice, and discipline. The people who are lazy, who love the world, were not suitable to the battle. Similarly, in prayer, we need to fight against our enemy to save ourselves as well as the nation. Don't fight without a goal and purpose. Charles Spurgeon said, I will rather teach one man to pray than 10 men to preach.